Hello and welcome. You are listening to the Prowlware Vintage Podcast. Today you're on episode number 7. Now, I've got to be upfront here. I have not planned a single episode going into any of these podcasts. It's kind of been a way that I've lived my life. Fly by night. We'll see how it goes. Hope for the best. And then at the end of the day, or whenever I'm reflecting, I think back about how I've done. I say, well, that was good. That was good enough, but it wasn't uh, to the level of the passion and the way that I'm fixated right now on this Prowlware business. It's everything to me. I've positioned it that way, and I haven't been acting on it and haven't been treating my platform or my content like it is supposed to be what it's supposed to be. So today we're going to make a difference. We're going to change that. And the way that I've done that is I allocated more time this morning, about an hour and a half, preparing uh, what I want to talk about and how I'm going to talk about it. Um, Definitely versus the way things have gone before. So I want to shout out Josh Warden at the top of the show because he always listens to every episode. I send it to a lot of people, and if you find yourself listening right now, then God bless you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being a part of this ride, and I hope that this gives context um, to my future episodes when everything gets a lot better, and especially just to how far I've come in the last 6 episodes. This is not as professional as his, but we're going to be getting there the more and more that we provide our resources to the most important parts of the business. So, without further ado, here we go. I've got a news section that I want to start. It's the news. There's a lot of news happening in sneaker culture all the time, and that's something that we'll be involved in. And I go to Sneaker News. I'll use Sneaker News as the site for that. If you guys know, the New Balance sneaker was the one of the first original dad shoes. When Kanye implied some of those dad shoe elements to his Yeezys, people were looking back at New Balance and wondering, well, what are you going to do to catch up, or how are you going to do to compete the way that somebody's already taken advantage of your style? And they've done a fantastic job. They've shut down stores here in America, but over in Harajuku, Japan, um, Oshman's store is opening up. It's a new store with 3-part New Balance capsules that honor 3 classic silhouettes: the 1500, the 991, and the 670. All the colorways are the same, with a little bit of shift depending on which silhouette you buy, and it will help you dress your wardrobe a little bit differently. I never bought a New Balance recently. I don't have the money to buy shoes. That's why I'm a little bit more into t-shirts and sweaters. The price point for those is a little bit more affordable, and it makes just as much of a statement as the shoe does. But shoes, of course, maybe make a little bit more because everybody knows when you see a Mercedes symbol or a shoe or a nice shoe or whatever it is, that costs money for you to get in the first place. Now, Kanye West has hung out mostly in lifestyle shoes until recently. Last All Star break in Chicago, it was snowing, and he brought his Sherpa. They're called Sherpa. They're the big Russian industrial uh, vehicles with the big wheels. He rode those through the town, and he made people, if they wanted a pair of they're called the Yeezy Quantums, the basketball sneakers. If they wanted a pair of them, they had to take off a shoe or their shoes that they were wearing and trade them. So they couldn't keep both, which was pretty cool. But these Yeezy Quantums, the new ones, are getting a new colorway called the barium, and they're more of a brown material to the upper. Staying on sticker news here, the Nike Air Max 2090, which debuted on Air Max Day, is continuing to inch its fans closer to the year of its name. On Sneaker News they said something corny like that. It was like they wrote it at 6 a.m. 2090, the Air Max 2090, 2090 Retro Futurism Pack drops on May 7th. Beautiful colorway. It's just futuristic. It's got kind of this transparent upper that shows off the Nike symbol, but it's cut off a little bit. It's got this kind of cut off. We've got so many layers and so many things we want to do to the shoe, busyness to it. I guess that's the way that we interpret 2090 over there at Nike, or whoever designed it for the Air Max Day. The Air Jordan Fire Reds, it's a colorway with an all white upper, and the bottom has got two different colors, but they've got this like kind of an ocean designed